is Sharon. My question is, given this new normal, what do you think the strengths and weaknesses of the PAP and the opposition are, given this new situation? And preferably we could hear from Ms. Intan and Mr. Yi.
You want to know, the strengths and weaknesses of the
PAP and the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition
in the new normal. Okay. Dr. Intan? Yeah. Yeah, it may seem like... Yeah.
Okay, I can only speak for ourselves, and of course I think, like I said earlier, really when you want to be serious, then you have to have good people in the party, people who can understand various issues, and I think this time around we, of course, you all know that we have some pretty good candidate that would normally not be in opposition. But I think what is important is that this signifies to a lot of people that to really stand forward, because I sincerely believe that we do have Singapore. We are a talented nation. We definitely have enough talent to provide alternatives, and of course, what we need are people to be able to come out of their shell, to really dare to speak up their views. And of course, having been in the party for a year, I'm encouraged to see helpers coming along. And these are not just ordinary helpers. There are people who have made policies before, willing to come and share their views with us, share opinions with us, and basically spar with us to improve some ideas. And I think this augurs well in the long term. But really, in the end, what we need will be people, because voters will basically want to make sure that the people you vote for will be able to run the constituency well, will be able to articulate views in parliament well enough, will be able to come up with different ideas. So this is something that we are constantly building. It's not something that can happen overnight. There's something that is a change that's happening as Prof say generation change and people become more and more willing to step forward. I believe that we have enough, definitely, for two teams.
Sharon? Yeah. Looking at, okay, maybe I can start with the strength of the PAP first. Just coming from the perspective of a newcomer like myself. I think one strength of the PAP is that we have a lot of experienced politicians in the party. For someone like me, there's a lot that can be learned from them, from their experience on the ground, working with people. And when it comes to communicating feedback from residents, from the ground, it's a lot easier. I don't have to wait until there's a parliament sitting before I need to convey anything to any political office holders. Just a short email will do. And like, this is the feedback I got about this. And like, can something be done? Can this be looked into? In terms of internal communication, is a lot more direct. Sometimes things can be changed a lot faster that way. But in terms of weaknesses, especially in this new normal, it is not easy, I realize, donning white on white, coming from the PAP. Because especially when there are skeptics and people will tell you, what is there to change from within? You can't change. We already see you as in a certain mold, in a certain way. There's no way that PAP can change. And it's difficult to change that mindset that people may have. But I'm quite optimistic. I believe that change can still be done from within. What's important is that there is a sincere need, there's a sincerity to help and listen to people, and walking the ground, and understanding what it is that Singaporeans need and what are the sentiments. I think for a long time, the PAP government has done a lot of things with very good intentions. Really, they're looking very far ahead, planning far ahead. But sometimes maybe the communication part can be worked on. The execution can be worked on. I think for a long time, the PAP government has felt that we know what's best for the country. This is how things are going to be done. But the new generation cannot be convinced that way. The new generation wants to be engaged. They want to know that their views are heard, that their opinions matter. And that's important. I think it's important for the government to now take a step back and say, yes, let me hear from you. What do you think about this? How do you feel? So that whatever initial policy that we have in mind, I'm sure there are ways to tweak it, to change it, so that we can put in your considerations, your concerns, and see how that can better improve, right? Improve the policy that we have in mind. I'm sure that can be done. But I can tell you personally, for the first 6 months, it was tough for me because I felt that wearing white or white, people tend to look at you a certain way and decide, oh, you're not quite the good guy. You know, it's like you ram things down people's throats and there's no way you can change. You don't really care about Singaporeans, which is not true from what I've seen from my fellow parliamentarians. They care a lot about Singaporeans, about the people that they work with, the residents that they meet. I can tell you that they really do care. Yeah. And I do care for my residents. Probably it's not easy to convince you of that, but I guess only time will tell.